Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Have another Tomica Town review for you. This is the older version of the ShyouBouShyo or fire station. I believe they did a newer fire station in the Tomica Town build or Tomica City build where they have all of the it's like the board has all the pegs on it and everything just has pegs and you can just build it up in a bunch of different ways. But I wasn't the biggest fan of that new way of constructing the city. I kind of like these old ones that come with the sidewalk panels and everything. So I've been trying to hunt down and collect the older versions because I like them better, but they're a little bit harder to find at this point. So some of them can be quite pricey, but this one was at a fairly decent price because it's one of the newer ones. But yeah, so here's a picture of the fire station on the front. Does include a figure. The newer versions don't include figures, so another reason I like these better. Taking a look at the top, it's showing you some of the features. You can install batteries and get some lights and sounds. The little office building opens up and you can fit up to 3 figures inside. There are 2 doors around where you can actually have figures enter in the side. There's a garage door that opens up and then a button you can press to deploy the cars. And then there's a sliding open doors for the office, which we'll take a look at all that in a moment. The side just kind of shows you the inventory, what comes in the pack. Obviously you get the 3 building modules, some sidewalk pieces, the base plate, some accessories, all that good stuff we'll take a look at in a minute. This is pretty much what it looks like when you're done. Now again, this is one possible configuration. I guess you could call this the official configuration from the box, but you can mix and match. And the more of these that you get as you connect them together, you can mix and match the pieces and the modules and things like that. So I'll show you how that works. This just shows you how to deploy, how to put on all the stickers. And then here is a possible like city setup with some of the other ones. Like this is the hospital and the older police station, which are very hard to find now. I have the newer police station from the build, city build line, but I don't like it as much. I don't know what it is. I've reviewed that one already though, so if you'd like to check my channel, I did review the newer version of the police station. I guess that's pretty much it. This just shows you how to put the batteries in. Did we take a look at the bottom? Yeah, see this shows you different possible ways to pop the modules into the base plate. So it does give you some different setup possibilities. Pretty cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much going to do it for the box. I'll put it all together and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here is the fire station all put together. Not terrible as far as stickers go. I think this little street sign was one sticker. Both sets of windows, that was a sticker, that was a sticker. Little sticker right here, sticker on this sign, and then I think this piece right here was one big sticker. So actually, not bad. Pretty light on the amount of stickers for this set. There have been several other ones that had a ton, like I think the 7-Eleven one I reviewed had a ton of stickers, but this one wasn't too bad. So overall, here is the look. This is what they kind of have as the official configuration on the box. The back is very plain, as you can see. Not too much going on the side. There's a little door, side door to the garage. It's a little difficult to open. There we go. So here's the figure that comes with it. You can kind of position, I'll take a closer look at him in a moment, but you can position him down there. And it looks like he can enter the door into the garage from the side, but it's a lot easier to just open the garage from the front. This thing always falls off, it just kind of hangs on there. Loves falling off on me. But anyway, you can see this piece here. Just roll up the door. And then that is the garage. Now, it doesn't come with any cars, but I happen to have some from... these are all really just individual releases that you can buy. But here's a little fire engine I can slide in there. And then if you actually press this little nub button right here, it tilts that up. It doesn't make it roll very far because it doesn't tilt up that much. I guess maybe if I really launched it. Let me see if I can really launch it. I'll put it over to this side. Now, even when you really try to launch it, it doesn't make it come out. It kind of starts it for you, and then it's up to you to move it the rest of the way. But you can see some of these vehicles have spots so that these little figures can actually ride inside. So you can fit him in that car. And then you can drive around. It's also got a little spot where you can stand them up in the ladder. Again, this car is sold separately. It does not come with this set. It's just one of the cars I happen to have, so I can demonstrate the garage feature. It does hold 2 cars. Here's another one that I have, again, sold separately. You can pretty much fit 2 in there. And you can close that with the cars inside. And then you just have to get your finger under there to raise it up again. And then, no, that rolled out a little bit better. So, pretty cool. I like it. I think that's a neat feature. I like the garage. I'm going to leave it open for now. Coming across to the office, I'm going to actually lift this module out just because I think it's going to be easier to get a look at it. Like I said, you can actually just, this is one whole module. And when I say module, I mean, you can see how it's kind of a self-contained piece. And how it works is, this is another one. This is actually 2. If I take this off, this is one piece, and this is one piece. And so you see the big tray. It's just a big tray here, and these little sidewalk pieces connect to the side of it. And then when I said all the different combinations you can do, you can move this around however you like. So if you wanted to change up the configuration, you know, you could put it like this. There's all kinds of different stuff. Any way you can position these modules in that tray, you can do. So that's when they say there's a couple different ways you can configure it. That's what they mean. But anyway, this is kind of the office module. This has another door on the side so that you can see there's kind of a counter. And I know it's going to be probably hard to see. Let me see if I have a light down here. You can see there's a counter in there. It's hard to get even light in there, but you can see the counter. And I guess, I don't know, it's kind of weird to have a counter, I guess, just in case people need to come in and talk to someone from the fire department. I don't know, do firehouses usually have, like, offices? Like, I could understand at the police station because you need to come in and file a report or something, or, you know, maybe someone's missing or you need help or something, but I think fire departments don't usually have waiting rooms like this. I think the reason it is like this is because if you look on the back of the packaging, the fire station and the police station have literally the exact same mold, for lack of a better term. It's these same 3 modules, just, you know, slightly different paint job. And it says police station instead of fire station, but that's why I think this office exists, because it makes more sense for a police station, and so they just made the toy and colored it one way for the police station and another way for the fire station, so makes a little bit less sense over here. But you can see this button up top, and that makes the doors slide open and closed. And again, I apologize because it's hard to see, but you can see the doors slide open. And I think that's a pretty cool feature. It's very simple, but I like it. A lot of the sets have that feature. The 7-Eleven has the same sliding door feature. I think the gas station has it as well. So it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. We'll just place the module back in. So we'll take a closer look at that figure from earlier. This is the figure that I believe is exclusive to this set. It's got a fire helmet. Pretty cool little design there. No back printing for this guy. And the way these work, Tomica figures have the head that can swivel from side to side. Hands can move up and down singly together, like it's one bar across, so they can't move independently. Same thing with the legs, just 90 degrees, one solid piece. But what you can do is you'll see all these little footholds around, and you'll just wedge that in between their feet, and then that's how they can stand around at any of those given places. So any Tomica figures can do that. They can all use the same footholds, and like I'll show you the that other car I had earlier has another figure this, again, does not come with this set. They sell little figure sets. I've reviewed a couple of them. You can get a couple of these, like, you know, 2 or 3 figures in a pack. Sometimes 2 figures and like a little dog, or just 3 figures come in a little pack. So these guys, again, you can just put them on any of these footholds and they'll stay. What other features haven't we looked at? The top of this tower, you actually lift this off. And it takes 2 AA batteries. You just screw it open, pop them in right there, and there's a little on and off switch. So you turn it on, get some flashing lights and sounds, and then there's a button up top here. Right there it says push. So I think that's it. It basically just alternates between those like 2 or 3 lights and sound combinations. But pretty neat, you know, if you want to push the button for the lights and sounds and then scramble the fire engines. I think that's pretty fun. The other thing you can do is when you open this up, and I'll try to get in here close so you can see. Let me lift this up. It's kind of like their, I don't know, planning room, war room, for lack of a better term. You can see they have a map here, I guess, showing possible fires in the area. And then they have kind of a list of all the different cars. I think there's an ambulance there, a couple fire engines. Maybe that's what they have available or what's already out deployed. I'm not really sure. You can use your imagination and do whatever you like. But the other thing is, if you lift that up, you can see there's 3 seats. And it's kind of weird that the seats are looking out instead of looking at the screen, but it is what it is. So you can go ahead and pop these guys in here, and they will just sit down. Now, again, it only comes with 1 figure, but you can put in others if you have them. And how it works is they just... Yeah, I apologize, the lights are being really weird here. So you can see how they just sit. And they, again, they use the little tab. Let me see if I can get this light again. I don't know why it's always so hard to get light in here. So you can see there's a little tab at the, you know, at the edge of the seat, and that just, again, fits in between their legs to keep them in place. So you can fit up to 3 figures in there. Again, it only comes with 1, but if you have others, you can fit up to 3. And then when you put them on top here, you can close this, and then you can see them looking through the window. I think that's cool. I like that they're looking through the window, but then they also have that map behind them, which is not doing them any good when it's to their back. So, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much the features for this set. This up here, I think, is just a little siren. It doesn't do anything. It's just a piece that you can take off and remove, move around if you like. It's just to kind of simulate the fact that they would have a siren for when they're scrambling the rescue vehicles. The little trees and the little guardrails, of course, you can, and street lamps, you can move around. They can come off. You just peg them into these little spots right here. Nothing super new and exciting there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this set. I like it a lot. I do. Like I said, I don't think the office makes that much sense for the fire station, but I believe the reason it exists is because they use the same toy for the fire station and the police station, and they just gave it 2 different motifs, paint jobs, whatever term you'd like to use. But I think it's got a nice range of features. I like the lights and sounds. I appreciate that. I like the fact that the 3 guys can sit in the office. I love the garage with that door that slides up and down. I think that's really cool. The little button to kind of, you know, deploy the cars. It's not perfect. It doesn't work that great, but it's neat. You know, a little extra thing. Pretty cool. I love the sliding doors. I think that's pretty cool. I like the little doors on the side for the figures. Comes with a figure. That's really great. So I don't really have too much to complain about. I think it's a pretty fun little set. Bring the box in back here for fun. Yeah, like I said, I don't really have anything to complain about. Is there anything I wish it had that it doesn't have? I mean, I could understand that maybe kids would hope it comes with a car. Just because that way, if this is your first set and it's the first thing you're getting, You don't have to buy a car. Like, it should probably come with one fire truck. One figure and one fire truck, I feel like would make this a really complete set. So if this was the first thing a kid was getting, he'd pretty much have everything he needs. And then he could buy additional cars later to supplement. But that's probably the only thing that I would say. And it's not a complaint for me, because I already have other cars from previous sets and things like that. So it wasn't a complaint for me. But if I'm thinking from a consumer standpoint, you know, if this is a kid's first introduction into the Tomica Town line, he'd probably want a car as well. But who knows? Maybe he has cars already. Maybe they're banking on that. And they decided to keep it out to keep the price point down. If I remember correctly, this was somewhere in the area of like $25, give or take $5 before shipping and everything like that. So I think it's pretty reasonably priced, especially for something that has lights and sounds. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's a great set. Like I said, they kind of stopped making them like this, and it bummed me out, because I really liked these little sets. If you can get a bunch of these together, you can kind of make like a little town, and I think that's really cool. And I loved the little sidewalk panels. I thought that was a great addition and really made it seem like a cohesive city when you put them all together. And with the new like build-up city or whatever it's called, they have just like a solid square plate with a bunch of peg holes on it. And then they have these little like ramps you put on, because they're so raised up, because they have to have room for the peg holes, that it's not like a natural like indent of a sidewalk like what exists in real life. It's all these little weird ramps, and you have to put them on, and they move, and they always fall off, and I don't know. I just don't care for it. I loved this way of them doing it, and they kind of stopped doing it this way and bummed me out. So who knows? Fingers crossed. Maybe they'll go back. Maybe the build-up city won't work out, and they'll go back to these, because I would love to get a couple more of these. I really do enjoy them. I think they're a lot of fun. I'm just rambling on at this point. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share the video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys have enjoyed this look at the Tomica Town I'm going to say this wrong. ShyouBouShyo? It's a fire station. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching.